Now, what we're seeing nowadays with stuff like this is art influencing life as opposed to just being a reflection of it. And that is a huge problem for me. If for no one else, for me, that is a huge problem. And that is very dangerous territory that we're in. That's why we got kids that's not really of the environment or the background wanting to be thugs and shit. People come from suburban, these kids coming from suburban life wanting to be street, hood, gangster, you name it. It's goofy and y'all can't convince me otherwise. Next one. Dying to twerk. Dying to twerk. There's some, and before y'all start in, because Hamdi, you don't like ass cheeks in your face, you must be gay, homosexual, all this. Listen, debauchery is cool. Debauchery is cool. Having a fun time out, great. You want to party? Cool. You trying to get drunk? Awesome. You just trying to have fun out there? I get it. But the thing is, there's a time and place for everything, and you need to have some damn sense. You need to have some damn sense. That's all I'm saying. You need to have no fun I've ever had has superseded my common sense for safety. You will never see me on top of an SUV doing anything. Unless I'm shooting a music video. That would be a time and place because I'm trying to make visual art at that point. But if I'm not in a music video and I'm not getting an ROI for this, you're not going to see me on top of a moving SUV for nothing. All right. You're not going to see me in front of a car and people behind the wheel with it revving up for me to be. Look. And there's been a lot of contention. And I honestly think we're at the stage, right? Because I bring up hip hop, I brought up the music video aspect of it. I think we're at the stage in the game where if art imitates life, art is reflective of life, I'm with you 100%. But we have to be honest and we have to be honest in the notion that nowadays a lot of life has become influenced by art. Can we be honest? Can we please be honest that art influences social settings, social circumstances? You know, women see stuff happening on TV and then they start quoting the characters and chiming and saying the phrases that have been said on popular songs and things of this nature. And it becomes a cultural phenomenon, like dancing on the top of cars, like twerking in places that you shouldn't be twerking. It's like, yo, what if I just started what if I just went to the airport and decided to pull my nuts out? Just to let them breathe. Just to listen, this is my comfort. This is what I want to do. It's my body, my choice. Just to let it breathe. Just to let it breathe. This time we're going to 11 Alive down in, I think this is Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, this one's Atlanta, Georgia. The last one was a Georgia teen. This is another Georgia teen. Let's see what they're talking about. 11 Alive news. Of course, fair use.
A young woman killed in Forest Park during a night out with friends, and now her grieving family is standing strong in her name.
Now, we first told you about the 25-year-old Amiya Cunningham story last night.
25-year-old woman, Amiya Cunningham, gets ran over by her friends. She gets ran over by her friends when she was twerking in front of the vehicle that they were all in.
On 11 Alive News at 11, and tonight we're learning she died on her aunt's birthday, and this is a story you're only going to see on 11 Alive. We're hearing from her family for the very first time.
11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is live at the intersection of Forest Parkway and Frontage Road, where the accident happened about 11 days ago. Angelina, her family is now planning a vigil, unfortunately, to honor her life, something they didn't expect to have to do.
Yeah, and her friends actually organized this vigil, you guys. Now, we went to this vigil, and standing with her family and her friends, you can feel the heartbreak that everybody is feeling after going through this. Now, the night that Amiya went out, it was full of fun. It was supposed to be full of fun. It was her little sister's prom. It was her aunt's birthday. It was the start of a new beginning for Amiya as she was supposed to start beauty school. All of that cut short right behind me, and you can just feel the heartbreak from her family. And now they're trying to make sure that her life was not taken in vain.
There are no words to describe the devastation that we are experiencing by the killing of our beloved Amiya.
She was the brightest light in their first love.
Amiya has always been a beautiful soul full of love, laughter, friendship, a passion for animals, and a fierce love of her family.
The 25-year-old, the oldest of 7 siblings, her spirit just like anyone in her family.
We know how to make sure anyone else around us is having a good time. That's exactly what she was doing on Saturday, April 26th.
Cunningham was going out with friends when she was hit by a car at the intersection of Forest Parkway and Frontage Road. Forest Park police are still investigating, but no arrests have been made.
Amiya's death will not be in vain. Our family will see to it that Amiya gets the justice that she deserves.
Today,
I believe this video was before they knew exactly what happened to Amiya Cunningham. It was about 3 days ago. She was out with friends and whatnot. 1 second. We're going to back it up. But she was out with friends. The friends lied about what happened. They ran over that girl. They ran over that girl. Hold on, let me, they ran over that girl. But I gotta see. Let's see, Alive News. I need the video. The actual video of what happened. Here it is. I think this is...
New tonight at 11.
I think this is the one. Yep, this is the one. I thought it was the other one, but this is the one that I wanted to pick up. All right.
New tonight at 11.
So we're going to see. This is also 11 Alive News. Okay. Got locked in. We're going to get to it. All right. This is the one that I wanted to see.
11 calls for justice are growing after a Metro Atlanta 25-year-old woman's death 10 days ago.
So it was all captured on video, leading people to share her story all across the internet.
This is Amiya Cunningham. She was with friends on April 26 before she was run over and killed just before midnight. Forest Park police are investigating her death, but no arrests have been made. 11
Alive's Angelina Salcido is live right now at the Forest Park Police Department tonight. So, Angelina, investigators say no foul play or negligence is at play here, but you actually spoke with her family, who says that is not the case.
Yeah, and that is because her friends are saying that the driver of this car actually knew Amiya and allegedly left this scene for a few hours before then coming back. Now, her family too devastated to speak publicly after this happened and after losing someone that is just so vibrant. But people are speaking out about this and sharing it, hoping that this leads to justice for a 25-year-old that was taken too soon.
Now they're going to go through all the influencers and whatnot that have broken this situation down. Let's see.
recently I just reported a story about a young lady named Maya in Atlanta, Georgia.
TikTok after TikTok.
You ran that girl over. You're going to jail for life.
People are posting trying to make sense of what happened to Amiya Cunningham. The 25-year-old killed after getting hit by a car at 11:44 at night on April 26th.
Say, this is Maya. Maya.
Killed after getting.
So she was in front of, you see right there? You see right there? Let's look at it. It's crazy.
Make sense of what happened to Amiya Cunningham. The 25-year-old killed.
I wish I could see the actual video because I don't know where the actual video is. But if you have the actual video, post it down in the comments. Replay gang, do your thing. But look back there. You see right here? Right here. This is Amiya. There's the car. She's right in front of it.
After getting hit by.
Boom, she got hit, and they drug her that distance under. She was over here. She was in this area. They drug her, and then she rolls out the bottom in the middle of the intersection. And there was somebody over there that was a witness too. Looked like a semi.
Car at 11:44 at night on April.
It was a semi that was a witness.
26th.
Say, this is Maya. Maya then got out the car, then walked to the front. Maya's twerking. They run her over.
Friends who were with her that night say the group she was with pre-gamed at someone's house before they decided to go out. An issue between her and another girl happened before they all left in 3 separate cars.
During this ride, Maya even texts her friend T. The vibe was off and that she should have rolled with him. So her intuition was already telling her something wasn't right.
That car with her friend missed the exit, leaving Amiya in a car with 2 other girls and the girl she had an issue with in the black car ahead of them.
Maya caught herself having a night out with some girls she thought were her friends.
This is the intersection where both of the cars ended up here at Forest Parkway and Frontage Road. Amiya got out of the car and started dancing in front of that car. This was all caught on camera here on the GDOT cameras.
There's a car behind them that turns with them. You see Maya's body like this. They keep going. There's a second car that goes and they stopped. Maya died last night.
She sure did. That's crazy. That's crazy. But let's couple this with another story, right? Another story. Another story out of St. Louis, because this is down in Atlanta, right? But there's another story that happened before this out in St. Louis, or excuse me, it might be more recent.
Nyla Simmons' family.
Here we go with Nyla Simmons. The audio is only coming out for one ear for some reason because I don't know what their audio is doing. I haven't seen this particular story, but I've seen a lot around it. But let's unpack what happened here. Nyla in St. Louis was struck by a fire truck because she fell off. And it's like, have you ever seen the movie Final Destination? Let me break this down. In the movie Final Destination, right? In the movie Final Destination, they have a protagonist. They see a vision of what's to come, and it's people dying in this one incident, like tragically in this one incident, and that everybody's dying a whole list of messed up ways in this one grand event of macabre. You know what I'm saying? This grand, morbid, macabre event, right? So now, you know, when the person sees the vision, the premonition before it actually happens, they scream, they freak out, tell everybody to get off the road, they cause a big commotion. This leads to a few people living through what they were supposed to experience that day, the unalivings they were supposed to experience. Now, they should all be connected to Jesus' Wi-Fi, but for some reason, They're not, because this premonition happened for some reason. Now they start one by one, death, the mysterious, unknowable, unfeelable, unescapable entity, this invisible entity called death, starts picking the survivors off one by one. And they can't just like die of a heart attack or anything like that. They have to die in all of these gruesome, messed up ways for the sake of cinema and ticket sales. So she died like a character on like a Final Destination survivor. This girl, Nyla Simmons, died like a Final Destination character. She was twerking on top of a car. She slipped off top of the SUV, and a passing fire truck hit her before she hit the ground.
And friends are left remembering the teen. They say she was a social butterfly that loved a good time.
She was a social butterfly that loved a good time. Lord Jesus. All right, let's get into it.
Just that last night when she lost her life. Now her parents are asking people to learn from her mistakes and be safe while having fun. It was around 11:20 p.m.
It's crazy that, I always tell my people, when they get out the car, if I'm driving them around, if they get out the car, I'm like, be safe. Hey, be safe, man. Anytime, and we depart, I'm telling people to be safe, because it's just not worth it. Fun on this level is not worth it. Let's continue.
Saturday night, when a night of fun took a tragic turn. Police say an Escalade stopped at a red light. Once the truck took the left turn, 18-year-old Nyla Simmons, who was dancing on top of the car, fell off. Moments later, she was hit by a fire truck that was responding to a call. Nyla Simmons' parents at a loss for words, trying to describe what happened to their daughter less than 24 hours ago.
And it's a lot of people gonna miss her, but we ain't gonna never be the same after this.
I'm still in shock right now.
They say Nyla was attending a friend's prom send-off prior to the accident.
We just wanted the best for Nyla. Nyla, the incident, it's just tragic the way she died, but that's what hurt the most, the way she died. When Nyla was out having fun, that's what she liked, having fun, hanging with her friends.
Nyla was the youngest of 5. She graduated from Parkway North High School last year and was set to start cosmetology school at Grabber School of Hair Design on Monday.
I'm highly distraught that I don't get to see what she was gonna become.
Her parents say they don't blame her friends. They were just teens being teens, saying no one could have ever guessed that the night would end up with Nyla losing her life.
Not one of her friends, this is what I have a problem with. I'm sorry, but this is what I have a problem with. Not one of her friends told her that it wasn't a good idea to get on top of the SUV. Not one of her friends was like, you shouldn't do that. And the parents are like, and what do people often talk about and espouse on the internet? People that come from 2-parent households, especially having a father present, right? It's supposed to magically keep you from doing things of this nature, right? And some of the talking points that we hear out on the internet, on the open web. And don't get me wrong, there's stats to back up the success rate of children that were raised with their father versus their mother. But in this particular instance, as well as another instance that's coming up, and that's the big story that's blowing up right now. The number one thing that we hear is hey, what's up, Chris? Shout out to Chris in the building. Where's Chris? Salute to you, sir. Salute to you and all that you got going on. But the number one thing that we often hear and is often espoused, right, is that, where is it? Gonna put that right back here. Okay. The number one thing that we often hear is, oh, if you have a father in the home, it's supposed to keep you safe, keep you away from this type of activity. You know what I'm saying? She graduated, but she's still living with her parents. If my child was graduated and still living with me, they would still have a curfew. Because it makes no sense that you're out doing this activity late at night. I'm nowhere around. I'm still responsible for you because you're still my daughter. You're still living in my household. You're still, you know what I'm saying, eat my food, X, Y, and Z. So I'm still funding your lifestyle, and I don't have a say in it. I'm sorry. You're not going out that late at night. I don't care if you're 18. I don't care if you just graduate or are about to, because she didn't graduate. They said that she was about to start cosmetology school the following week, right? I'm sorry. You're not just going to do what you want to do, because look at what it led to. You throwing it back on top of an SUV, you slip off, and now you get Final Destination out of here. You got Final Destination out of here. Let's continue, man.
We all been young before.
Salute to
we
the
all
chat.
did
Salute to
some
the
type
chat.
of things where it could have ended up bad for us.
The parents wanting everyone to learn from Nyla's mistakes, hoping this incident can stop another teen from doing the same.
And we want all her people and her friends to like take this and like learn from it. Like,
Don't get on top of a car, y'all.
Remembering
That is a crazy thing to have to say in 2025. That is a crazy thing to, and RIP both girls, that the one got out in front of a car, she was twerking, her friends ran her over, and then this one got hit by a fire truck while she was twerking on top of the SUV. Back in the day when I was coming up, there was a time and place for everything. When I was coming up, you didn't do certain shit everywhere. You had fun, but you had reasonably safe fun that you didn't have to risk your life or risk your neck for the adrenaline rush just to have a good time. Another thing I'm worried about when I go out is being around people. Let me tell you something. I'm going to drop this real quick. The other thing that I'm worried about when I'm out having fun around other humans, right, is differentiating between individuals that have a drink with their good time and the people that need to have a drink in order to have a good time. Let me say that again. The number one thing I'm checking for when I'm out and about with a group of people is I'm trying to interact more with the people that are clearly having a drink with their good time, and I'm staying the fuck away from people that need to have a drink in order to have a good time. Those are two different people. Those are two different people. Two completely different people. It's like having a drink or two, cool. Getting a little buzz. Got to feel a little warm, you know what I'm saying? A little warm in your chest. Got it. If you coming through pre-gaming, you outside with the bottle in the parking lot, and then you come in to have more drinks. Like, I thought the pre-gaming was because the prices were so high in the club, so you drank outside the club because the drinks wasn't watered down as watered down, and you might as well just buy the bottle for the price of what you gonna get the shot in the club for. That's what I thought pre-gaming was about. But I've never pre-gamed, so there's that. Now the next story that we're on, when we're talking about, and I kind of do appreciate that in that last story that the parents were actually, they were like, listen, we trained her up as best we could. Two-parent household. Keep that in mind. Two-parent household. We trained her up as best we could. But she did what she wanted to do. And so we're giving this situation to God. I would be pissed off at the friends, to be honest with you. I would be pissed off that nobody told my daughter to get down, that she didn't have an actual friend group that told her that probably wasn't a good idea. That's just me. And God's still working on me. But I would be pissed off that nobody told my daughter anything. The second thing that was told to us when we were experiencing peer pressures and whatnot to do certain activities that we shouldn't be doing coming up, at least around my neighborhood, was the phrase when we talking about trying to do stuff with our friends or do stuff with our peer group. My parents, my mother and my father would send me to the side and be like, yo, Omni, of course they didn't call me Omni, but y'all ain't gonna get my government. Yo, Omni, if all your friends decide to jump off of a bridge, would you think that's something for you to do as well? And as kind of like little dopey kid, you gotta sit there with the stuck face for a second. No, I wouldn't do that shit. So like, why does everybody feel like everything that happens on social media, everything that happens in a hip hop song, a rap song, why is everything for you nowadays? These kids are overstimulated. They're easily suggestible, they're easily influenced. And so we got people twerking on top, trying to act out what's in a music video in real life. Not knowing they did that in the music video. It was staged, it was choreographed. They had people check the scene to make sure no cars was coming. Probably had it blocked off. Like Nipsey Hussle in the last time I checked video, Nipsey Hussle. He's sitting outside the whip. He's hanging off the side of the car. That's dangerous enough. But I'm pretty sure he had the budget to block off that section of the highway to ensure no other cars was coming up so he could get the perfect shot. So stop trying to imitate what's going on in a music video. That's art. Art is something that is reflective a lot of the times of reality, but at the same time, it's embellished, it's hyperbolous, it's exaggerated to make a point or make a statement. It's not something that is reality. It's just reflective of it. Now, what we're seeing nowadays with stuff like this is art influencing life as opposed to just being a reflection of it. And that is a huge problem for me. If for no one else, for me, that is a huge problem. And that is very dangerous territory that we're in. That's why we got kids that's not really of the environment or the background wanting to be thugs and shit. People come from these kids coming from suburban life wanting to be street, hood, gangster, you name it. It's goofy and y'all can't convince me otherwise.